I'm going to show you how to use this little add-on plugin for Higgsfield AI. Mostly tested for images. I tested a few things in the videos. I don't do a lot of videos, so we'll keep that in mind. I'm not being able to fully test it to debug it, but anyway, the images should work fairly well. It's a little plugin, and I got it in Firefox. I'll show you towards the end of the video how to install this and where to download it at. And it's called Tamper Monkey. And we got Higgsfield horizontal image scroller, and we got the prompt expander, and it says double click or press Control M to activate the script. One thing to keep in mind, I think I fixed a bug, but be on the safe side, never log in or log out while this script is running. In other words, log in first, then activate the script. I'll show you that towards the end of the video. Another thing is Higgsfield has nothing to do with this, so if you find something inaccurate, yeah, do not contact their support. Okay. If you like the script, there's a donation here. This is not me. I don't know the person, so I think it's a really nice little script, and you can do all kinds of things with it. So I'm going to give you the basic run through how this works. Okay, we're going to start off with a prompt expander, double click or Control M. My screen recorder's on, so I'm not going to be able to use Control M to show you this, but I can tell you one thing. When you use the hotkey Control M, you need to have your mouse down here where the text is at, because if you move it up here where the image is at, it will not place this text in the pop-up. In other words, I'm going to activate it by double clicking it. And the reason why I made this is because this box is too small. Okay, see all this text? It's kind of really hard to see all this text in here. So if you find somewhere in here, just double click, it expands it. Okay, then it lets you it lets you to where you can see all the text now. It's a lot easier, and you can edit it, and you can change anything that you want. We'll just type in a woman. Okay, how this works is we got these two little red dots that you can change. Basically what it's set for is auto enter, and we have stay to keep open. So basically, and this apply button is another way that you can do it. So basically if I press apply, it's going to put woman down here. So I'll double click again, bring it back open. We'll put smiling. Okay, so what I can do is I can just double click and it hides it down here. Okay, really simple. So I'll double click down here. So we'll go into the next step. If we turn this on and I come up over here and double click, you can see now it created an image. It's like pressing the generate button. So if we double click to open it up and we do the second one so they're both green, we'll put crying. What this does, it's going to keep the box up. No matter if I press apply. I don't normally use the button, but you can use it. And see, the box stays open. So I'm going to do it real quick how I would normally do it. Mad. And all I got to do is just double click. And it's going to generate an image. Okay, very simple to do. So basically that's how these buttons work. I like this. I like using this one and this one here. Okay, we'll let that generate a little bit, and that's how I like it, because I can see the pop-up. Double clicks real fast, and escape key or cancel. This is what this does. It just hides the box. Okay, we're going to go to the scroll thing here in a second. Now when we do the scroll thing here, we'll just go to explore. Okay, now this one over here, I have a scroll bar on the right. This is the standard way. Okay, you see it's kind of jumpy. Okay, really jumpy. Okay, not smooth. But if you note, if I go over into the images, I don't have a scroll bar, at least not on Firefox, to the right. That's why I got this little scroll bar in the script right here. Okay, it's on the top right here. So if we go here to the plugin, it's called the horizontal scroll bar. Alright, and this is it right here. So if we move this, we can go down here. If we click to the top, scroll to the top, it's going to go all the way to the top. You can type in a value, okay? Now if you type 100, a lot of you guys probably got way more images than I do. I want to let you know right up front. If you got this to 100, it's going to bring you to the bottom of the page. So if I type 100 and press go, what's going to happen? It's going to try making it to the bottom. It may pause once or twice. It can pause up to 15 seconds. It can, but the script only runs for 90 seconds. So after 90 seconds, you don't see no changes. Basically, it's done. Okay, or it should be done. The reason why that stops and pauses is, I believe, is because if you generate, let's say, a set of images 1 week, then maybe 2 weeks later you have another set. They load in different chunks, so it causes it to pause. So if I press 100, it might stop, then it will wait till the images load, then it'll keep on going to the bottom. So basically, if you really want to try it and give it a good test, put it to 100, walk away, and just sit there and wait. It may appear to be done. Just wait. If nothing happens in 90 seconds, then it's done. Okay, that way at least you'll give a good idea how that works. Okay, because I don't have no scroll bar over here. Now if we go back to the Explorer, and like I said, I have a scroll bar here on the right. Okay, that's not part of the script. But see how jumpy it is? Kind of pretty jumpy, and just kind of. Well, you can move this slider here, and you see how it's got a nice flow to it. I move it up and down, and I move it back and forth. Really smooth transition. Alright, like I said, you can type in a number. We'll just type in. It will not let you type over 100. So if I type in 111, it's going to be 100. And we'll just press go. Then it's going to go all the way to the bottom. And see, well, it's still at the bottom, so it made it to 98. So we'll go to the top. And also, when you're dragging on your images, okay, it loads pretty quick here, okay? And it kind of feels kind of bouncy, you know, whatever. With the mouse, you can see on the top. But if I go over to images, when I'm moving it, it feels alright, but when I visually look at it, it looks kind of jumpy. So you can basically just move your mouse over, look at the top up here, where my cursor's at. And if we just move over here and just click, as long as the hand cursor's up, it's steadily going to go there. Okay? You can also use this little tick box up and down and just hold it down. Then you can press go, and you can stop it at any time. Also, I forgot to mention is, you double click here, what clear does is just clear the text. And we can use cancel, or we can use the escape key. Now for a little bit of fun. Okay, I like to use this website here called Pinterest. It's pretty safe. It's got a lot of options. And we can right click and we copy this image. We can also use a print screen on your keyboard. It's the PRTSC on the top of the keyboard, and we can drag and select. So if we open up the clipboard with the Windows key and the V key, we have both of these options right here. We can bring this over into Higgsfield. We can drop it here. I like to turn this back on, and we can right click and paste this, and we'll wait for it to load. Give it a second, and then I'm just going to double click. I'm going to open up the clipboard again, Windows key V. I'm going to paste this here. And if you don't want it to stay open, make sure this is always fully loaded. Okay, it will remove the text, so that's typically how it works. And if I just double click, what's going to happen is it's going to apply and just move this to pop up. Okay, and while this is generating, another thing that you can do, let's say this one was created with an image, as you can see here. If we, okay, for some reason that, I like that image, but I didn't like the clothes, okay. Here's one I did basically the same way. So if we press recreate, okay, and which is basically the same one as this one, I believe, yeah. And if we delete it, it's going to bring in the prompt, okay. Okay, she's wearing a white top. So if we look through here and we find out that we want to change the color to, let's say, black, okay, and we can just double click and hopefully we'll have, well, you can see I switched this. So keep an eye on this here when switching this around. And also when I double click, when I start clicking this real fast, it brought up the window, so you may want to do that a little bit slow. We'll let this load a little bit. And you can see that we got the black top now. What I like about this website, it's pretty safe, and some of these images will not have this option that says explore. Most of them will, so this one does. So if I press explore, this is a pretty cool option. Then if you might not see it in the video, but you'll see this color going up and down, visualizing through the person. So if I just click here, it's going to try bringing up all facial features, okay. You can drag it bigger or whatever and say, hey, you know what, I want to get a person to look just like this. Now, I mean, her gesture, I mean her looks and everything like that. Or if I want to get her clothes, let's say some jeans, I want to find a bunch of jeans, and you can see I got a bunch of jean shorts, okay, really simple. And then you can select through all the right here. Of course they don't have faces on some of them, but there's some of them that do. So if we select here, and we can do this here. So this one has Explorer, so if I press here, if I click the face, it might bring up a lot with sunglasses, since he's wearing sunglasses, okay? So, we'll try this one here, okay? We'll right click this one and we'll copy this over here. Double click here to open it up. I'm going to right click and paste this. Wait till it loads down here at the bottom. If not, you're going to get a pop-up saying waiting for it to load. So double click. And we'll wait for it to generate. And you can see we get something like this. Alright, and remember when I was doing like the faces and stuff, I'll show you. I think I mentioned it before. I'm using Soul with this, so it's basically getting the gesture of the face. So if she's smiling, then and you're using your Soul train images, it'll make her smile. It's not going to give her the exact same look. I mean, it'll give her the same look, but it's not going to give her the same face. In other words, this face is not, or this woman here is not going to be the same as this. It's just going to give her the same look. Alright, we're going to switch over to the create videos here. This is where the script doesn't work like it's supposed to. I couldn't figure it out, but yeah, I got it halfway working. So make sure you do all your settings here. Basically, if you click something in here, even if this is supposed to not apply, but it's, you know, if you let's turn both of these on or off, it's going to try generating it. So no matter what settings you have in here, it's probably going to apply it. Okay, I can't figure it out, so we're going to leave that like that, as long as you're aware of that. And like I said, I haven't tested this on a lot of videos, and I think I tested it on this one here. I'm not sure if I did or not. Make sure you always have your settings where you want. Okay, so be careful with that. Okay, it's going to automatically try to do something if you change any of these right here. Alright, we're going to go on to the next step. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be using this with this AI character builder. You can use this with Higgsfield. I made it. I'll post the link. You can try it and you can go over the video, see how exactly everything works. I will not be going over every detail. I'll just show you how you can work this with it. I may go a little extra steps to show you a few extra things. So I'm going to use these two here. I'm going to do a facial expression with some clothes. I don't like beige. You know, I can, you know, switch through here and select anything I want. You know, it doesn't matter. Okay, or I can just shuffle it until I find something I like. Okay, I do like black. I always make sure my clipboard's has Windows V key. I already cleared it out, so there's nothing to the clipboard. So I like this one here. Okay, now this shuffles, so the buttons kind of move, so you got to wait a second before you press shuffle again. Orange, let's click it again. Don't like green, maroon. I like black color, and we'll copy that. So when I open up the Windows key, I got two of these. You can do as many as you want. And like I said, when you get full, you clear it. But I'm not going to clear it. And also in the script, you can, if you hover over here, it's got a, I don't know if you can see the video. If you hold the Z key and just click this, it turns everything on, and you can shuffle through the whole things. Okay. Okay. That link will be below the video. So basically, if you're going to use this with Higgsfield, to apply text in a box, you have to remove the image, because we're going to be using text. And I'm using with my Soul Train Laura. So if I click here, double click in the box, anywhere in the text, and we're going to clear out the text, and open up the Windows key. And I got it set for this window to stay open. Alright, now when you do changes, make sure that you set your images, okay? Just click it slowly. I don't know if the double click real quick will set this off, so I clicked it real slow one at a time until I got down to one. Probably shouldn't have this word in here. We'll just put shorts, and we'll just double click. Okay, and we'll go ahead and clear that one, and we'll go to the second one. And we'll double click. And anytime that you want to change something, one of the changes to the black color. Alright, real simple. And double click. Press cancel, and so we can just hide that. And you can see something like this. Now we'll give it a few seconds and let it update. And we got stuff like this. Now remember, we use these with text, but if we press recreate here, then you can see it's going to recreate the same thing. And notice on some of these that I use the image. Let's see here. I believe this one down here I did it with an image. So if I press recreate, now it shows me the image, so if I uncheck it, it's going to give me the description of in text. If I ever want to change that, and we'll open this up, then it gives me the description of the clothing here. You can see the wardrobe is usually the top, and you can also change this to anything that you like. Okay, I'm going to show you how to install this. It's using the tampermonkey.net plugins. It's got for Firefox. I'm using Firefox. I have not tested on anything else, so it may work for you, it may not. And I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm not going to install it, but it's easy to install. It's just a plugin if you know what about plugins. I'm just going to go to the dashboard, and I'm going to do a fresh start to show you. And it's not complicated, so let's just go ahead and I'm going to remove both of these here that are active. Alright, and if we open up here, you can say these scripts are deleted. So if I refresh the page, okay, now you don't find the script. Alright, what you're going to do is you're going to find this download. I really wish, if under the agreement is, please read these README files, okay? They have links to TamperMonkey and all that stuff. So we'll start. There's number 1 and number 2. Alright, if they got numbers in front of them, these are the ones you're going to be using. Prompt expander. If we open this up, select into here, just click in here once. And the best thing, instead of dragging all over there, just make sure you got everything. Control A to select all that, and we'll right click and press copy. Okay, so if we go back here and we'll open up the TamperMonkey, and it's going to say create a new script. So if you go in here, now all this text has to be removed. Instead of dragging, just in case you miss something like at the bottom, just Control A this to get all this text. You need to get all of it out. If you leave something in there, it will screw up. So press the delete key, and we can Control V that, which also is in the clipboard. Okay, it was the top one. So we'll just click this here. And once you get that there, all you got to do is press File and Save. Okay. And there it is. Make sure it's active, and we'll process into number 2. Just click in here. Okay, make sure you get everything. That was Control A, and we're gonna repeat the process. Okay, so we can just close all this out real quick first, and we'll come back here again. Create new script. Control A, backspace, or I don't know if it's, yeah, backspace or delete, or one of them will work. Okay, and it says new script on the top, so when we press File Save, the name will change, and both of these are active. Now you must be logged in to Higgsfield before you activate the script. Okay. So make sure you're logged in first. Okay, never log in or log out while the script is running. As you can see right here, it's nothing's running because I haven't refreshed the page. So if you can see it shows it is. Okay, so just to make sure, we'll just do this like this, and then we'll see that now it's got number 2 right here. Okay, that means 2 scripts are running. Now that's showing. Now the double click should start working. Now if you switch to we'll close this one out. If you switch to another browser, you will not see this extension active. It only activates on Higgsfield. Okay, so that way, that's kind of how you would install it. Dashboard is where all the scripts are at, and then you can delete or whatever you have here. And like I said, the link will be below the video, and you can download this. And please use the README. And like I said, if you find any issues with it, the only issue that I kind of really found is I believe I corrected it. The credit wasn't displaying up-to-dating correctly. Okay, I think it's fixed. I'm not 100% sure. And the reason why I'm trying to tell you this, because it's kind of important, is because when you're doing videos, that's going to eat up a lot of credit. And you might be saying, hey, I'm not hardly using any credits, and I got a lot of videos, and you keep on clicking, and all of a sudden you deactivate the script and log out and log back in, and next thing you know, it starts saying, hey, you used 50%. Don't be surprised. So be very cautious. Just try it on images, be on the safe side. Then if you want to disable the scripts, you can come up here and uncheck these here. Alright, now even though that I deactivated them, it's still working. The reason why is because I got to refresh the page. Okay, as soon as you refresh the page and double click, it no longer works. So then you would log out, log back in, and check your credits. Okay, and if everything's good and you're already logged in, you come back here, you activate the scripts back in, and even though that they're enabled, it's not active until you refresh the page. And normally you'll see this you'll see the number right here, number 2. One little side note, this probably can be used in other websites that offer stuff like this, like Higgsfield does. And you can modify the script, do whatever you want with it. I don't care. If Higgsfield feels like they would like to implant this, I don't have a problem with it. Just some kind of idea. I think it's a lot better and a little bit more easier to work with than certain things. I'm not talking bad about Higgsfield, but it made it a whole lot easier for me to do certain things. As like I said, like this box here, but it's just too small. Okay, I don't seem like I can drag it open, and just by popping it out. And if you get too much text, this will have a scroll bar here, and it's limited. It tells you how much text is in the box and the limit. I believe it will go over the limit, but then you can have your scroll bar. At least you can kind of really see everything right in front of you. You can see it. 1215 text. I can. I can see a lot of text right in front of me, unlike down here. Okay. So with that said, modify the script, do whatever you want. I don't care.